we looked at your backswing, I'm going to keep an eye on that leg, make sure we don't get too much shifting to the right there. Okay? That's getting close to dangerous, but sometimes we can recover from that fine. But more so with the irons, you're going to need to keep that still. Looks good, huh? Big improvement with the grip and the tilt to the right. It has a lot to do with why you're seeing more success. It's very good. Okay, young lady, I'm going to talk to you here. We'll see right away about how that club tends to come to the outside a little bit on the way down. Comes a little bit under. That's okay. This is your earlier swings when you weren't taking very big swing. And that's not bad.
Yeah.
See? See where it's going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because of my right elbow.
Well, see, the club face hasn't really rolled over yet. It's really open, and you're going to swing right across it.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So many times when that club is swinging across the ball like that, and the club never closes too, it kind of stays open.
Mm-hmm.
It's like slicing across it with an open face. There's just kind of a weak, kind of a glancing blow, right? It just doesn't feel like it's solid. So the fixes for that would be, instead of out with an open face, be in and shutting and getting that face shut.
I have to keep my right elbow here.
That's a good.
And not like this.
That's correct. That's a good way to do it. There are a lot of different explanations to get someone to do that, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Now the front view of that, this is where we kind of start talking about getting more speed and those irons, you're having a hard time finding the right hitting spot. See how you're missing the ground? And then when the ball's there, we tend to hit behind it, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, now if we had the perfect world right there, let's show you something here.
The right arm should be.
Yeah, let's show you an impact here.
Yeah. Already see it.
I know it, but I know what you're gonna. See where her hands are?
Yeah, in front.
Mm-hmm. And
And then back.
the right.
And your back.
My right arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is, and then what this is a part of how you release it soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a building, an avalanche of sequencing things that happen because of that. Okay. And what happens is the club gets thrown ahead of the hands, and we don't get that compression back on the ball. Let me show you another picture here. So, here we are with showing you the pictures, and then the key is, well, what do we do about that? Well, here's what good players do. You see how that club stays behind their hands? See how the hands are ahead of, they're ahead of the club, even at impact?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So how we piece that little, that's a very interesting little puzzle for us that doesn't necessarily have easy answers, does it? Basically, you're here. See your right elbow? Let's go back with her now.
Floats in the air. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Chicken.
So if you look at what good players...
Her arms are much higher than mine.
Well, yeah, but this is back when you weren't trusting a full swing. This is early yesterday. But even, it doesn't matter, any of that doesn't really matter if we get that coming down the correct way. So, see, your club's kind of going, it's just getting kind of, see how the shaft is moving out? And you watch hers, you see that shaft stay way behind her hands. And she's swinging into her left leg. That's why they're so doggone good. And everyone else isn't, right? So if you look at the release points here, your right arm kind of stays out there. And it's a function of that right hand.
Are you mailing these
Yes.
pictures? Could you mail also from the good swing too?
Yeah, everything we're seeing and talking about is going to get recorded. Sent to you.
But also from the other lady there?
Yes, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this is the picture you're going to see
great.
with our voices on the recording. So now, the answer to this, and again, believe me when I say this, teaching that, okay, teaching someone to do that is the hardest thing for a teacher to do too, because it's such an intuitive, fast-moving moment that it's hard for anyone to really feel that moment break down in a swing that goes that fast. Okay? So I think part of it becomes a breakdown of, now you look here, you look as good as her at the end, right? You got all your weight over here on this foot. This foot's flipped over, your face to the target. Everything looks good there. It's just that's not, and that thing is going to happen too, and you're going to get more exposed when we see the driver. You get more exposed to this with good solid contact with the irons off the ground. It's harder. With the driver, it's more about losing speed, because you're hitting the ground a little bit more with the driver than I want. Let's watch some driver swings here. Now, it's not as bad with the driver. We don't see as much of that because there's more speed. Now, that's a little bit of a breakdown there.
It should be straight.
Yeah. Everything is at the bottom. And see how you're just a little.
Because I'm insecure also.
Yes. Now you watch her finish here with those arms at the finish. See how those arms, how straight they are?
Right. Yeah.
And you got the little window, I call it there.
Mm-hmm.
See, they'd never quite. It takes a long time for that right arm to cross over the left arm, and with her, she did it much earlier. See, that right hand is already over the left hand. That means the club face is getting squared and there's more speed and power. We'll see here, similar place. Your left hand's still on top. Her left hand's. So that's speed. Yours is. And then you got a little chicken wing out here. So you got, anyone that has a chicken wing's usually got it here and here. And whoop. So, and that's all kind of losing speed there. So to break that down, we almost got to just take, we got to isolate it a little bit, okay? All right, Philip, this is us with the better tape, with the better setup. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, even that's more forward than you think it is. I had to drag you back to the mirror again. That's still too forward. I want it back there so those hands I want that shaft to even have more of a forward lean to it for these irons.
Yeah.
And again, I like how you're swinging at it. We're just kind of addressing the divot thing, which you heard me also say, it's not essential. And then this foot right here is a big deal. So you were better there than the earlier swings.
But I'm bending too much my elbows.
I'm not worried about that, truthfully. Because by the time you come back to the ball, that's when it matters. That's fine. That's fine. I think it has to do with where the ball is. You're out there. You're back here. That's making you go up. Good for the T-ball. Iron, you got it down. So you need to be back here and set up more this way to hit steep. I think it's set up more than anything. Okay. And then you and I need to give you some isolation breakdown drills to teach yourself that movement. There's no magic that's going to come out of my mouth and say, oh, just do this, you'll be fine. Too much instinct of that over time. I want to talk about that grip too.